So, curiosity got the best of me. Somebody suggested that I check something out because they said that curiosity got the best of them. And they said that one of the adult movies that gets seen late at night, or was seen late at night at one point, on places like Showtime, the Movie Channel, Cinemax, you name it. It seems that from what they were told, and this is where curiosity got the best of them first, is there is a different version of the film. In the film, they said it was titled The Missus and the Mistress. And they said that there were scenes that were a little bit more different than the original. And I was curious. I asked how different. And they said basically they used this as an example that they were told about. They said there's this scene where the Mrs. character, who is basically wanting to get even with her husband for infidelity. There's a scene in the presentation on the cable networks where she has erotic fun, if you know what I mean, with her own mistress, or in some cases the same mistress, depending on how you view it. And my finger just hit the mic there. And they said in the original that, yeah, it was a decent moment between them. That it was basically it was your fair amount of what is known as softcoreness. That it kind of was decent. Like, they did the thing, they did everything you would expect just about, and that was it. Well, they then said that they were told about, a different variation of the scene. And they asked, well, how different? And they said, well, click on the link we're going to give you. And they clicked on the link. And from what I understood, it was a link that did not cause any issues. So they clicked on the link. And apparently, it led to one of the adult video websites and a channel there that is known for its Dangerous Women's series. It's compilation, if you will. And long story short, the scene that was in the original presentation on cable, Showtime, Movie Channel, Cinemax, it was there. But they said this was a completely different scene. It's like they did an alternate take, if you will. One for cable, one for streaming. Basically, the adult streaming channels, sites, studios, you name it. It's like they took two alternate takes. One for cable, one for non-cable. And he said when he saw this, he was shocked at how different it was, because he said that these were the same women playing the same roles, but the difference was the soft-coreness, that was, the soft-coreness, erotic soft-coreness that these two women had with each other in the cable presentation was this straight-up shot just straight shot up, if you will, to pure porn, just pure, unadulterated, uncut, everything included porn. And he said it was basically the same scene, almost exactly, except it was filmed in a different way, to be more like a porn scene than anything else, than softcore eroticness. And what was even more interesting is he said that he was told that it went under a different name. Because you see, it's more well known as the Mrs. and the Mistress, apparently. But in the alternate version, it's known as Dangerous Women. And ironically, as I mentioned earlier, this is the same name of the series of videos, connected to this channel. And they said they did research to wonder, okay, is that just the name they gave the playlist for these videos, right? Because apparently they had all the same actors and actresses from the Mrs. and the Mistress, involved. And from what they understood, this was the same plot, same people involved, same actors, actresses, but the alternate take was given, the alternate non-cable take was given the name Dangerous Women. And from what he understood, like I said earlier, this took a lot of the sex scenes, the erotic sex scenes between the women, between the husband and the mistress, the husband and the wife and the mistress, the wife and her own mistress, however you view it. And as I said earlier, according to what he heard, took it up a notch by 100. I mean, really, took it up a notch by 100. And, he said, you need to see this. And I was like, I don't know. But curiosity got the best of me, so instead, I did some research. And I found out everything that he had said was true. I mean, there is detail out there. I'm not going to say where, but there's detailed information stating that yes, it is the same story, the same movie, the same plot and all that, but under different titles to kind of distinguish it as their own thing. That even though, like I said, it's the same continuity, the same actors, actresses, well, not the continuity, but the same plot, I should say. I'm tired, I do apologize. But, the same, basically, the from what I understood, looking things up, it's basically the same story, the same plot, but to kind of give it its own differentially, well, it's not differential, but its own distinct difference, from each other. The uncut, as some people call it, the uncut, unedited, straight up, 100% porn film with a story apparently. It's called Dangerous Women. Well, the one that gets shown on Showtime has the more, I guess you could say, appropriate Mrs. and the Mistress. So, from what I've learned here, is that even the adult films, if you will, even the adult films that get shown late at night, they too get altered. Yeah. We all talk about, animes and, in certain scenes with Western animation or animation from Europe and all that, being cut out, being altered, being changed because of reasons. We talk about how certain R-rated films like Die Hard and whatnot get the dialogue dubbed over, and everything to be more appropriate for broadcast television or for for broadcast on places like TBS or wherever. Yet we never think that the stuff that gets shown late at night when we're all in bed, supposedly, we never think that that kind of stuff, the adult entertainment stuff, Triple X and all that, would be changed up as well. Well, apparently it is. And I'm just surprised that out of all the media, out of all the genres, if you will, in movie and televisions, I am surprised that even the adult entertainment, the adult programming, like I said, the NC-17, Triple X, stuff that gets shown when we're all in bed, like I'm going to be in a little bit, hopefully. I'm just floored that it too gets altered. I'm floored by that. But you know what that also tells me? It tells me that a lot of these places a lot of these places like Showtime and the movie channel, they are not long for showing adult entertainment even late at night for much longer. I've got a feeling within the next several years, if not sooner, that's going to be completely gone. People didn't think Cinemax would be rid of it, but guess what? Cinemax got rid of it. They got rid of SkinMax. So it's only a matter of time before, Showtime does the same. The movie channel does the same, which is a subsidiary of Showtime. I mean, even Epix did it. They got rid of their stuff. Stars, even when they were even when they became part of Disney to an extent, they had it. They got rid of it. So you see, over time, you're going to start seeing this more and more and more. Another thing that this tells me as well is even the cable outlets, the cable channels, the premier cable channels, like Showtime, even they have their limitations. Like they'll allow certain things even with the adult material, but they won't allow it to get too graphic, too far, too erotic, if you will, than what they want it to be. Which, again, explains the fact that this movie, it not only has two different titles, but also has, for certain moments, two different alternate takes, if you know what I mean. But, let's be honest, this is not something that's new in the overall view of Hollywood, from the general audience standpoint to the adult Triple X, standpoint. This is not something that's new. This has been done several, if not many times before, because of reasons. But honestly, for me, it's a first to hear that even adult entertainment of the Triple X late night kind, NC-17 kind, gets put into a situation to where they have to be altered to be showcased on cable television, even late at night. Just surprises me, if you will. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. Is this a surprise to you? Have you seen this before? Have you heard of it before? Let me know down below in the comments, as well as in the live chat during the premiere. Like the video. You will get an audio podcast version of this at BW Rose's Discussions Podcast and all your favorite audio podcast locations and affiliates except for Pandora, but more specifically, check me out on Spotify. And until then, guys, I'm going to try to get myself some rest, and I am out.